I stood in my own kitchen, holding a casserole dish, watching my daughter-in-law laugh. Not with me. At me. Did you seriously think we'd eat this, Margaret? Jessica said. She pushed the plate away like it was garbage. My son didn't look up. My grandchildren snickered into their phones. I'd spent 4 hours making that meal. In the house I'd owned for 37 years. But here's what they didn't know. While Jessica was busy planning to steal my home, I was busy signing papers. Real papers. Legal papers. I'm 72 years old. And I just learned something important. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is stop being kind. Before I tell you what I did next, hit that subscribe button. Because what happened at that dinner table changed everything. And drop your time zone in the comments. I want to know where in the world you're watching this from. Let me back up. 3 weeks before that dinner. It was a Tuesday afternoon. I remember because Tuesdays I volunteer at St. Mary's Community Center. Have been for 12 years. Helping seniors with their bills, reading mail, just being there. Ironic, right? I came home early. My arthritis was acting up. The kind of pain that shoots from your wrist to your shoulder and reminds you that you're not 40 anymore. I unlocked my front door. My house in Portland, Oregon. The one on Maple Avenue with the blue shutters I painted myself in 1988. And I heard voices. Not regular voices. Hushed voices. The kind people use when they're planning something. I should have announced myself. Should have called out. But something stopped me. Maybe it was instinct. Maybe it was God. Maybe it was just dumb luck. I stood in my own hallway. In my own house. And listened. The property value's gone up like crazy, babe. That was my son, Michael. My only child. Zillow says it's worth at least $800K now. $800,000. He was talking about my house. She's not going to live forever, Mike. Jessica's voice. Cold. Flat. We need to start making plans. My hand went to my chest. Not from pain. From shock. What kind of plans? Michael asked. She should be in a home anyway. Look at her. She can barely make it up the stairs. It's dangerous. I can make it up the stairs just fine. I've been making it up those stairs since Reagan was president. A nursing home costs like $6,000 a month, Michael said. We can't afford that. We won't have to. Jessica's voice got quieter. I had to lean against the wall to hear. Once we get power of attorney, we can sell this place. Put her somewhere affordable. Medicare covers most of it. Somewhere affordable. Like I was a used car they needed to get rid of. I don't know, Jess. That feels wrong. My heart jumped. Maybe Michael would stand up for me. Maybe my son was still in there somewhere. Wrong? You know what's wrong? Us living in a 1,200 square foot apartment while your mom sits in this mansion alone. She doesn't even use half these rooms, Mike. Mansion. My 3-bedroom ranch house was a mansion now. The kids need space. Emma's sharing a room with Dylan. They're teenagers. And your mom's pension just sits there every month. She spends maybe $1,000. The rest just piles up. So what are you saying? I'm saying we need to act fast. Before she does something stupid like put it in a trust or give it to some charity. Old people do that. They get sentimental. Old people. Like I wasn't a person. Like I was already gone. How would we even do it? Michael asked. My cousin's a real estate agent. And I talked to a lawyer. If we can prove she's not mentally competent, and trust me, that's not hard, we can get guardianship. Then we control everything. The room started spinning. I put my hand on the wall. My son. My baby boy. The kid I raised alone after his father died. Was planning to take my house. My independence. My dignity. When? Michael asked. Soon. Maybe after Thanksgiving. We'll have that family dinner here. Make it seem normal. Then we start the process. I didn't wait to hear more. I walked out my front door. Quiet as a ghost. Got in my car. Drove. I don't remember where. I just drove. Ended up at Washington Park. Sat on a bench near the Rose Garden. Watched the sun go down. And I cried. Not the pretty kind of crying you see in movies. The ugly kind. The kind that comes from your gut. From 37 years of mortgage payments. From raising a child alone. From believing that love and sacrifice meant something. A woman walked by. Maybe 50. She stopped. Are you okay, sweetheart? I couldn't even answer. Just shook my head. She sat down next to me. Didn't say anything. Just sat there. After a while, she squeezed my hand. Whatever it is, she said, you're stronger than it. I wanted to believe her. I really did. I need to tell you about that house. Because it's not just a house. My husband Robert and I bought it in 1987. He was a machinist at Precision Cast Parts. I was a nurse at Providence Portland Medical Center. Night shift. The graveyard shift they call it. We scraped together every penny for that down payment. $15,000. Doesn't sound like much now, but in 1987, it might as well have been $1 million. Robert died 6 months later. Heart attack. 41 years old. Just collapsed in the driveway one Saturday morning. Michael was 3. I remember standing in that kitchen. The same kitchen Jessica pushed my casserole away in. Holding a mortgage bill. Holding a toddler. Holding my entire life together with duct tape and prayers. I worked doubles. Triples sometimes. Slept 4 hours a night. My mother watched Michael. When she couldn't, my neighbor Mrs. Jen did. I paid every mortgage payment. Every single one. Never missed. Never late. When Michael was 8, he asked me why we didn't have a dad like other kids. I told him the truth. We do have a dad. He's watching us from heaven. And he's proud of us. Does he know you cry at night? Kids. They see everything. Maybe. But he also knows I get up every morning. That's what matters, buddy. Michael was a good kid. Honor roll. Eagle Scout. Star quarterback in high school. Got a scholarship to Portland State. I was so proud. When he met Jessica junior year, I wanted to like her. I really did. She was pretty. Smart. Came from money. Her father owned a car dealership in Lake Oswego. But there was something. Something I couldn't name. The way she looked at our house that first time. Like she was calculating something. This is a great neighborhood, Margaret, she said. Property values here must be insane. Not what a lovely home or I can see why you love it here. Property values. But I ignored it. Because Michael loved her. And I loved Michael. They got married in 2015. I paid for half the wedding. $12,000. My entire savings. Jessica's father paid for the other half. But somehow, his half was bigger. Better venue. Better photographer. I didn't care. I just wanted my son to be happy. The grandchildren came. Emma in 2016. Dylan in 2018. I babysat every week. Changed diapers. Packed lunches. Helped with homework. When Jessica wanted to go back to work, I retired early. Took a penalty on my pension. We can't afford daycare, Margaret, she said. You understand. I understood. I always understood. I watched those babies 5 days a week. Made their meals. Sang them to sleep. And Jessica complained that I wasn't doing it right. Emma's too attached to you. It's not healthy. Dylan needs more structure. You let him get away with too much. But when she needed me, I was always there. Last year, Michael's company downsized. He was out of work for 4 months. I paid their rent. $3,000. Cleaned out what was left of my savings. We'll pay you back, Mom, Michael said. He never did. And now, standing in that park, watching the roses lose their petals, I realized something. I'd spent 50 years taking care of everyone else. And the second I became inconvenient, I was disposable. There's a quote I heard once. Respect is earned. But disrespect is taught. I'd taught my son that I didn't matter. That I'd accept anything. That his wife could treat me like garbage and I'd smile and ask for seconds. No more. That night, I didn't sleep. I sat at my kitchen table. The oak one Robert built by hand. And I made a plan. First thing next morning, I called my lawyer. His name is Raymond Chen. Mrs. Chen's son. He's a real estate attorney now. Has an office downtown. Margaret. How are you? His voice was warm. Mom told me you've been helping at the center. Raymond, I need your help. I told him everything. He didn't interrupt. Didn't judge. When I finished, he was quiet for a moment. I'm so sorry this is happening to you. Don't be sorry. Help me fix it. Okay. Here's what we need to do. Fast. He explained it all. Power of attorney works both ways. If Jessica was planning to prove incompetence, I needed to prove competence. Immediately. We'll need a cognitive assessment from your doctor. A clean bill of health. Financial records showing you're managing everything properly. And we need to secure your assets. How? Transfer the house into a trust. Or sell it. Before they can make a move. Sell my house. My home. The place where I raised my son. Where Robert's memory lived in every floorboard. I know it's hard, Raymond said. But possession is 9/10 of the law. And if you sell it before they act, there's nothing they can do. How long do I have? Based on what you heard, maybe 3 weeks. We need to move now. I made appointments. Doctor. Financial advisor. Appraiser. Dr. Patel gave me a full cognitive assessment. Mini mental state examination. Scored a 29 out of 30. You're sharper than most 50-year-olds, Margaret, she said. She wrote it all down. Signed it. Dated it. The financial advisor reviewed my accounts. Pension deposits. Bills. Everything organized. Everything tracked. Whoever's claiming you're incompetent is going to have a hard time, she said. You're more organized than I am. Then came the hard part. The appraiser walked through my house. Looked at everything. The kitchen I'd remodeled in 2005. The new roof I'd put on in 2019. The garden Robert planted that I'd kept alive for 37 years. 850,000, he said. Maybe 900 in this market. Jessica had underestimated. Of course she did. I listed the house that Friday. Private sale. Cash offers only. Raymond handled everything. He's brilliant. Put it on the MLS but didn't advertise it widely. We wanted fast. We wanted quiet. By Monday, I had 4 offers. By Wednesday, I accepted one. 875,000. Cash. Close in 2 weeks. The buyers were a young couple. Teachers. They walked through the house with tears in their eyes. "This is perfect," the wife said. "We never thought we could afford something like this." "It's a good house," I told her. "Take care of it." She hugged me. "We will. I promise." That's when it hit me. I was really doing this. But I wasn't done yet. I invited them over the next Sunday. Michael, Jessica, Emma, Dylan. "I'm making dinner," I told Michael on the phone. "Family dinner. Like old times." "That's great, Mom. We'd love to." Jessica wasn't as enthusiastic. I could hear her in the background. "We have plans, Mike." "It's my mom, Jess." "Fine. They'd come. One last time." I cooked all day. Pot roast. Robert's favorite. Mashed potatoes. Green beans. Homemade rolls. I set the table with the good china. The set my mother gave me. 40 years old. They arrived at 6. Emma was on her phone. Dylan had headphones in. "Hey, Grandma," Emma said, not looking up. Jessica scanned the living room. I saw her eyes calculating. Cataloging. Pricing. "Smells good, Mom," Michael said. He kissed my cheek. For a second, he was my little boy again. We sat down. I served the food. "Wow, Margaret," Jessica said. "This is a lot of food. You know we're watching our carbs, right?" I smiled. "Just one meal won't hurt." She picked at her plate. Made a face. "Is this butter?" "I told you I can't have dairy." "You never told me that. You've eaten my dairy-filled food 100 times." "I'm sorry. I forgot." Dylan asked for ketchup. "For pot roast." Jessica let him. Emma posted a photo of her plate with a grimace emoji. "Dinner at Grandma's #blessed #vintage." Michael ate but said nothing. I watched them. My family. The people I'd sacrificed everything for. And I felt nothing. Not anger. Not sadness. Just nothing. "So, Mom," Michael said. "We've been talking. Me and Jess. Here it comes. We think maybe it's time to talk about your living situation." "My living situation?" I kept my voice calm. "This house is too big for you," Jessica jumped in. "The stairs. The yard. It's too much. I manage fine. But you shouldn't have to. There are wonderful communities. Assisted living places. Where you'd have people around. Activities. Somewhere affordable," she meant. "We're worried about you," Michael added. "Being here alone." I set down my fork. Looked at each of them. "I appreciate your concern. So you'll think about it?" Jessica's eyes lit up. "I don't need to think about it. I already solved the problem." "What do you mean?" I stood up. Walked to the kitchen. Came back with a folder. Set it on the table. Right next to Jessica's barely touched plate. "I sold the house." Silence. Complete. Total. Silence. "You what?" Jessica's voice was a whisper. "I sold the house. Closed on it yesterday. The new owners take possession in 2 weeks." Michael's face went white. "Mom. What are you talking about?" "I sold it. $875,000. Cash sale." Jessica grabbed the folder. Ripped it open. Started reading. Her hands were shaking. "You can't do this." You can't just sell your house. It's my house. I can do whatever I want with it. Where are you going to live? Michael asked. He looked lost. I bought a condo. Downtown. Near the waterfront. 2 bedrooms. One for me. One for guests. Elevator. Security. Community center. You did this without telling us? Jessica stood up. Her chair screeched against the floor. Why would I tell you? Because we're your family. Are you? That stopped her. Mom, Michael said. What's going on? I looked at my son. Really looked at him. 3 weeks ago, I came home early. I heard you and Jessica. In this living room. Planning to take my house. Planning to put me in a home. Planning to take control of my life. His face drained of color. You were going to prove I was incompetent. Get guardianship. Sell my house. Put me somewhere cheap. Use the money for yourselves. Mom, I can explain. Don't. I don't want to hear it. Jessica was reading the documents. Her face got redder with each page. This can't be legal. She's clearly not in her right mind. Mike, we can fight this. I pulled out another folder. Set it next to the first. Cognitive assessment from Dr. Patel. Score of 29 out of 30. Financial records showing complete competency. Legal consultation confirming my right to sell my own property. It's all there. Raymond had been thorough. You talked to a lawyer? Jessica's voice was shrill now. Of course I did. I'm old. Not stupid. We were trying to help you. She was yelling now. Help me? Or help yourselves? Emma looked up from her phone. Finally. What's happening? Your grandmother just destroyed our lives, Jessica said. That's what's happening. I saved my own life, I corrected. There's a difference. Michael hadn't moved. Just sat there. Staring at his plate. Say something, Mike. Jessica shook his shoulder. What do you want me to say? Tell her she's being ridiculous. Tell her we'll contest this. We can't contest it, Jess. She's right. It's her house. Jessica turned on him. We had a plan. We were going to be set. And you're just going to let her. Let me what? I interrupted. Keep my own home? Make my own decisions? Live my own life? She pointed at me. Her hand was shaking. You're a selfish old woman. After everything we've done for you. Everything you've done for me? My voice was ice. Tell me. What exactly have you done for me? She opened her mouth. Closed it. I raised your husband. Alone. I paid for his college. I paid for your wedding. I watched your children. For free. 4 years. I paid your rent when Michael lost his job. What have you done for me, Jessica? Nothing. That's what I thought. Michael finally spoke. His voice was small. Mom. I'm sorry. I know you are. But sorry doesn't fix it. What do you want from us? I looked at my son. My only child. The boy I'd loved more than life. Nothing. I don't want anything from you anymore. They left. No goodbyes. Jessica grabbed her purse and marched out. The kids followed, confused. Michael stood in the doorway. Mom. Goodbye, Michael. He looked like I'd slapped him. Maybe I had. The door closed. I stood in my empty house. The house that wasn't mine anymore. And I felt free. I moved into my condo 2 weeks later. Raymond helped me. So did Mrs. Chen. So did the ladies from the volunteer center. My new place is small. But it's mine. Floor-to-ceiling windows. Views of the Willamette River. I can walk to coffee shops. Museums. The library. I don't need a car. Don't need to maintain a yard. Don't need to worry about stairs. Michael called 3 times. I didn't answer. Jessica sent a text. We need to talk about this. I blocked her number. Emma sent a friend request on Facebook. I ignored it. I didn't hear from them for 6 weeks. Then, Thanksgiving. Michael showed up at my condo. Unannounced. I almost didn't let him in. Please, Mom. Just 5 minutes. I opened the door. He looked terrible. Thinner. Older. Nice place, he said, looking around. It's enough. We stood there. Awkward. Like strangers. Jessica and I are separated, he said finally. I didn't say anything. She's been staying with her parents. I've got the kids during the week. I'm sorry to hear that. Was I though? No, you're not. And that's okay. He sat down on my couch. Uninvited. She's furious. Blames you for everything. I didn't end your marriage, Michael. I know. I did. Or we did. It was already over. The house thing just made it obvious. He looked at me. Really looked at me. I'm sorry, Mom. For everything. For listening to her. For planning that. For making you feel like you didn't matter. Why did you? Honestly? I don't know. Money makes people crazy. And I got caught up in it. In what we didn't have instead of what we did have. He rubbed his face. I forgot that you're not just my mom. You're a person. With your own life. Your own rights. Your own money. Yes. I am. Can you forgive me? I thought about it. Really thought about it. Eventually. Maybe. But not yet. He nodded. Fair. I need time, Michael. You hurt me. Deeply. I know. You were going to take everything from me. My home. My independence. My dignity. For money. I know, Mom. And I'll never forgive myself for it. Good. You shouldn't. He stood to leave. Stopped at the door. For what it's worth, I told Emma and Dylan what I did. What we tried to do. I wanted them to know. To learn from it. What did you tell them? That I tried to steal from my own mother. That I disrespected the person who gave me everything. And that I was wrong. How'd they take it? Dylan said I was stupid. Emma said she was disappointed in me. He smiled sadly. They're right. After he left, I cried. But not like that day in the park. These were different tears. Cleaner somehow. I'm writing this from my balcony. It's a spring morning. The river is calm. Boats are passing. I've been in my condo for 6 months now. I joined a book club. Made friends. Real friends. People my age who've lived full lives and have stories to tell. I volunteer at a different center now. One downtown. Help immigrants with English. With paperwork. With navigating this complicated country. My life is small. But it's mine. Michael visits once a month. Brings the kids. We have lunch. It's cordial. We're rebuilding. Slowly. He's dating someone new. A teacher. She seems nice. Normal. She wants to meet you, he said last week. Not yet. Okay. Jessica, I heard, moved to California. Started selling real estate. Ironic. Emma apologized last month. Wrote me a letter. Actual handwriting. Grandma, I'm sorry I was on my phone during dinner. I'm sorry I didn't pay attention. I'm sorry I didn't see what was happening. You didn't deserve any of it. I wrote her back. Told her I loved her. That I wasn't mad at her. That she was a kid and kids aren't responsible for their parents' mistakes. Dylan still hasn't reached out. But he's 14. Boys that age are complicated. I think about that dinner sometimes. About Jessica's face when I pulled out those documents. Do I regret it? No. Not even a little bit. Some people think revenge is ugly. That it's beneath us. That we should turn the other cheek. But sometimes, the kindest thing you can do for yourself is refuse to be kind to people who don't deserve it. There's a difference between forgiveness and being a doormat. I forgave Michael. I'm working on it. But I didn't let him take my house. I didn't let Jessica win. Because if I had, I'd be in some state-run facility right now. Sharing a room. Eating cafeteria food. Watching TV in a common room. And they'd be living in my house. In the house Robert and I bought. In the house I raised my son in. They'd be sleeping in my bedroom. Cooking in my kitchen. Forgetting I ever existed. Instead, I'm here. Free. Independent. Respected. That young couple who bought my house? They sent me Christmas cards. Photos of their baby daughter in the nursery that used to be Michael's room. She loves this house as much as we do, they wrote. Thank you for trusting us with it. The house is loved. That's what matters. I invested the money. Got a financial advisor. A good one. I'm set for life. Even if I live to 100. And I will. Out of spite if nothing else. I'm telling you this story because I want you to know something. Getting older doesn't mean giving up. Doesn't mean accepting disrespect. Doesn't mean you're disposable. You matter. Your dignity matters. Your boundaries matter. I spent 50 years taking care of everyone else. Being the good mom. The helpful grandma. The one who never complained. And it almost cost me everything. When people show you who they are, believe them. The first time. When people tell you their plans for you, listen. Even when they don't mean for you to hear. And when people try to take advantage of your kindness, stop being kind. Not forever. Not to everyone. But to them. In that moment. You teach people how to treat you. I taught Michael he could walk all over me. That I'd accept anything. That his wife could mock me in my own home and I'd smile. So he did. But the second I drew a line, everything changed. Did it destroy my relationship with my son? Temporarily. Did it cost me my grandchildren? For a while. Did it blow up a family? Yes. But here's what it gave me, my dignity. And dignity, at 72, is worth more than a relationship built on being used. Some of you watching this are dealing with family members who take advantage. Who see you as a resource. Not a person. Maybe it's your kids. Maybe it's your parents. Maybe it's your siblings. And you're stuck because you love them. Because you think family means accepting anything. It doesn't. Family is supposed to be the people who protect you. Who respect you. Who see your worth. If they're not doing that, they're not being family. They're being parasites. And you don't owe parasites anything. Not your money. Not your home. Not your dignity. Not your peace. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to draw lines. You're allowed to protect yourself. Even from people you love. Especially from people you love. Because love without respect isn't love. It's exploitation with a prettier name. I lost my house. The house I thought I'd die in. The house where Robert's memory lived. But I gained something more valuable. I gained myself back. The money in my bank account is mine. The decisions about my life are mine. The respect I receive is mine. Nobody's planning my future without me anymore. Nobody's talking about me like I'm already dead. Nobody's waiting for me to become inconvenient enough to discard. And that's worth everything. So here's my advice. From a 72-year-old woman who's learned the hard way. Stand up. Even when your knees hurt. Speak up. Even when your voice shakes. Fight back. Even when you're tired. And never, ever let people mistake your kindness for weakness. Because the second they do, they'll try to take everything. Your money. Your home. Your autonomy. Your dignity. And once it's gone, it's almost impossible to get back. I got lucky. I overheard them. I had time to act. I had a good lawyer. Not everyone does. So protect yourself now. While you can. Make sure your affairs are in order. Get everything in writing. Know your rights. And most importantly, don't feel guilty for putting yourself first. You've earned it. Every gray hair. Every wrinkle. Every ache and pain. You've earned the right to live your life on your terms. Don't let anyone take that from you. Not even your own children. Especially not your own children. Michael asked me last week if I'd do it differently if I could go back. I thought about it. Would I? Would I let them take the house? Keep the peace? Maintain the relationship? No. Because that relationship was built on me shrinking. On me accepting. On me being less than I am. And I'm done being less. I'm 72. I've got maybe 20 good years left. Maybe 30 if I'm lucky. I'm not spending them being someone's doormat. I'm spending them being free. If that makes me selfish, fine. I'm selfish. If that makes me difficult, fine. I'm difficult. If that makes me a bad mother, fine. I'm a bad mother. But I'm a mother who kept her dignity. And I'll take that over being a good mother who lost everything. Every single time. So to everyone watching this, young or old, male or female, whatever situation you're in, remember this. Kindness is a strength. But only when you know when to stop giving it. Respect has to be earned. By everyone. Including family. And you are never too old to start fresh. My new life started at 72. On a park bench. In tears. And it's the best life I've ever had. Because it's mine. Thank you for listening to my story. If it resonated with you, share it. Someone in your life needs to hear it. And drop a comment below telling me where you're watching from. Let's build a community of people who refuse to be disrespected. No matter how old we are. No matter who's doing it. This is Margaret. Signing off. From my little condo. With my big windows. And my even bigger peace of mind.